In this Schrade Saturday video, we're going to take a quick look at the large version of one of the most popular skinning knives ever designed, and that's the old-timer 152 OTL. I've always called this the Sharpfinger, but this is the big Sharpfinger. So anyway, that's coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So, folks at Schrade were kind enough to send me one of the 152 OTL large Sharpfinger skinning knives so I could show it to you. And gotta say, I like this knife maybe better than the smaller one just because the handle seems a little bit bigger and beefier, but it's got exactly the same cool lines, and it's just obviously it's just a very classic design knife. So it's actually it's about to rain. I'm feeling a little sprinkling on me. I do not have a waterproof camera, so we're going to forego the beauty shots and close-ups and pans and overdubs and all that. And let's just talk real quickly about the specs of this knife. First of all, it features a 4-inch kind of a super clip point skinner blade of 7CR17 MOV stainless steel. It has a 4.5-inch handle, and these are the saw cut old-timer saw cut slab handles, which I think are basically they're some sort of synthetic or plastic. So it's got an overall length of 8.5 inches and it weighs about 6 ounces. I don't have the metrics for this one. It comes with a very nice molded leather sheath with a snap closure on it and a belt loop, drop belt loop. So just very basic but very well put together, very nice sheath. And the price for this package with the knife and the sheath on Amazon is like 22 bucks. So in my opinion, if this is half the knife the smaller one is, that's a heck of a bargain. So without a lot more rambling, let's take you down the old stump top, get to doing a little bit of knife stuff. I know this is primarily a skinning knife. I don't really have any animals to skin, but we can do some regular knife stuff. In my opinion, any knife ought to be able to help you build a fire because you never ever know when you're going to need a fire. So let's we got a little fat wood left over here. We don't want to waste that, but I've got a piece of cedar here. Just want to see how well this thing might do some feathers. It's dry, man. It is really dry. So let's just see what happens. And it's really hard for me to make feathers stay on when it's really round like this, but it's definitely carving some nice little curls. There we go. We're getting some curls now. It really doesn't matter if they stay on or not. You probably see those mosquitoes flittering around down there maybe if you got good eyes because they're wearing me out. My thermocell has run out of juice and I don't have any more right this second. So I'm going to carve some really nice little fine curls here. There you go. So those are some nice little tiny curls there. I'm going to take a piece of fat wood now and add some curls to some fat wood to it. Okay, there's that little pile there. Now let's let me get a little scraping. See how well the back of this thing scrapes. It doesn't feel like it's got a really super sharp spine. Let's just see if it'll scrape any of this fat wood here. All right. Let's get us a ferro rod. Okay, so we got some fat wood here and some cedar. And by the way, if you don't know what fat wood is, I did a video a couple weeks ago and explaining that and talking about how I use it. So just check back a couple weeks below and I'll try to put a link in the description if I can think about it. So I've got a Schrade ferro rod here. Let's see. It doesn't have a really sharp spine, but let's just see if it'll throw enough spark in here to get a fire going. There you go, look at there. Just another reason why I love me some fat wood. We'll put that little bit on there too. Waste not, want not. Pretty good job at getting a fire. I'm no doubt this thing is be a great skinner. It's got a nice little place to put your thumb there. One thing I always like to do with every fixed blade knife at least is to check the balance. Now, I'm fortunate enough here, again at Survival on Purpose, to have a very state-of-the-art testing facility out here. So we're at the balance testing station now. Let's give this thing a shot. A little more calibration required. We'll call it balanced. Okay, I got to clean the testing residue off the blade here, but that is the Schrade Old Timer 152 OTL, basically the large version of the Sharpfinger, and 22 bucks for this knife and a nice leather sheath. I think it does a great job if you got to do some skinning, so making a fire, any kind of general knife stuff, or balance testings. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Once again, thanks to the folks at Schrade for sending me this so I can show it to you. As always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't done so, I'd like to invite you to. I put out a new video every Friday, a new Schrade Saturday video every Saturday, usually a couple of random videos throughout the week. As a subscriber, you get the opportunity to be notified when I put out all the videos, random or scheduled. Also, thank you so much for supporting the channel by doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. There'll be links to this knife below, or you can just go to survivalonpurpose.com/Amazon. Takes you straight to regular old Amazon. You buy whatever you want to buy at the regular old prices, and it helps the channel just a little bit. You can also help support the channel and get a free audiobook download by checking out the free 1-month trial subscription to audible.com. There'll be a link in the description below. And again, I really appreciate your support. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time. You just never ever know when you might need to build a fire. So maybe we can get us a little fire going here and get rid of some of these skeeters.